Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another Action Taimanin video. So, for today's topic, we're going to go a little bit controversial. I want to talk about the gap between Global and JP because it's certainly there. And it's been a bit demoralizing to me personally. I don't know what other people think. I've heard people vent about it, but I just want to give some examples and make a little discussion vid out of it. We do have Tack and Arc lurking here, so they're going to be here, going over it with me. The first thing I want to talk about, however, is this. This right here is I woke up and I was like, yeah, reduced AP, and then I realized it was only in events, and it was just like, oof. Because most people
hmm
are already done with all of the events, and it's just like, oh, it would have been nice to just be able to do dailies or something. I don't know why.
yeah,
What?
I was gonna say yeah. It's like I said earlier when we found out about it, and Tack was like, "Oh, half AP," and I went, "What?" I went, "Oh, cool," because I was gonna actually buy Kurina and just blitz her, and then Tack said in events, and I went, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, because when you're done with the event, there's literally no reason to come here because you need the mats from the dailies. So I wish they would have at least made the dailies half AP so people who are done with the event can actually enjoy some farm and get accrue some materials on their account. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna do this challenge really fast before we get into it because it's bugging me. But God, yeah, even if they did half AP in event and story, I would have been okay with it. Because then people who aren't done with story could at least do that. But
Mm.
I don't know why they just tie it to events. That bugs me immensely.
Kind of
It,
weird. Kind of weird when you think of they did that like literally you and me literally did the events when we had the first reduced AP off for the event.
Yeah, I did the event that night. I literally did it in a sitting. Because I was like, oh, cool, AP off.
but hey, I'm gonna look on the bright side of it and say if you haven't got your events done, get them done over the weekend, because I think it's over the weekend. You said, didn't you?
Yeah, it's 3 days. So yeah, for anyone who's not done with the 3 events, is it 3 or 4? I don't remember. I think it's 3.
Sorry.
Yeah, if anyone who's not done with the 3 events that we have up. Oh, fuck. I thought that would last longer. Anyone who's not done with the 3 events, go ahead and get them done because now would be the optimal time to do it. Because even if you use your AP potions, you're potentially getting 2 for 1 just because it's half off. So there's no reason to not get it done unless you're at the point where you're strapped for time. So, that's a good thing. Once I'm done with this, we'll get into the nitty gritty. I just didn't want to leave this sitting there. It was bugging me. I need those 3 gems.
When anyone else is doing this, do they just have the bike chase music from FF7 in their head?
Oh god, that music is so good. I
That's
used to,
all
it
I
used to
think of
get stuck in
when I'm
my
doing
head. It's
bike.
just a weird little jingle. Okay, so first thing, let's go to the arena. This is as good a place as any to see what we want to talk about. And then Arc's mouth will get to running. So, well, the first thing you'll notice here, and I know people are going to go, oh, I don't care about top 100, but, it's just a metric. This has now suddenly become, predominantly Japanese players. Very few global players are in the ranking. And even the people with English names could just still be from the Japanese server. They just have English names. But you see, it's just dominated now. It's just a reminder of how far behind we really are, because there are a lot of people who were getting top 100 that are just not in this list anymore. The list is literally what, 80%, 90% Japanese,
Yeah, it's something stupid like that.
and then
It just
then
shows.
you can tell there's some people, for example, this person, their name's in English, but I know they're Japanese because they have the emblem, because they have the little year anniversary emblem, so it's like a telltale sign. But it's not really to go into who's in the top 100 and who's not. I want to get, let's see, where was it? This, for example. This skin, we've never even had the chance to get this in global. This is just they have this, they're on our server, and we don't even have the item. We've never had a chance. And that's really where my argument is coming from, is there's a lot of things that we've just never had the chance to obtain, like this supporter here. This gives 36% damage to machine type characters. We just don't even have this. This never popped up
Yeah,
for us.
yeah. It's not the fact of like, and the worst part about it is like, now I know people go, oh, wait for it to come over in global, but here's the thing, especially about skins, we may never get them because look at the Christmas skins. Where last year they could have put every single Christmas skin out for us, they didn't.
Yeah,
They only
last
put
year we
literally
didn't get
Christmas skins.
we got the second round of Christmas skins, but they didn't bother rerunning the first round of Christmas skins in global. They just gave us the second and kept it moving. Meanwhile, the Japanese server obviously experienced the first Christmas, so they have the skins for that year and this year. So those are items we may never get. Another offender is, if we scroll down here, is this a Saggy skin. So this was for the first anniversary in JP. We may never, and then we get to see that they have Joey as well. That's great too. But anyway, we may never see this skin because now that we are one server, they may not repeat it because they'd want to give the Japanese players something different. They don't want to just repeat events. So our year anniversary, because the fusion happened, may be completely different than what they got. Where a lot of global players were hoping to just get that anniversary when ours comes in October, because one, they want this skin, two, they want Onigumo to repeat, and I think some people even want the Shiranui skin to repeat, the wedding skin. So at this rate, I'm not even sure if it's going to be the same anniversary because then the Japanese players would have to suffer the same anniversary. So I'd imagine they'd make it different to please everyone. God, you guys are awfully
Yeah,
quiet.
that's my main concern is that I'm letting you speak. That's my main concern is that we're never going to get an opportunity to get it. And with the Asagi skin, there's a very, very, very real opportunity that we will never get it. Because odds are we're going to celebrate JP's second anniversary and the global anniversary will probably not be a thing. Or they'll go about it other ways which could be worse. Say, for example, they give you a skin token where you can choose the Asagi skin or the current skin that they're going to release for that anniversary and such like that. So it's one of those things where like global is just missing out. And not to mention, as I said to you earlier, we're just doing the math. Being conservative at giving 1,500 gems a month that we would have got before, and being a conservative and not even just taking out 2 months of the year, that's 15,000 gems that global is missing that JP has had.
Yeah, we're just literally behind. It's not even gym income too. It's AP regeneration. It's AP potions given for free. Like that one person you spoke to who said they have what, like 400 just lying around
Yeah,
that they have
yeah.
nothing to do
Like
with.
I think someone in your server was taking the piss out of them because they're saying, "Oh, it's totally fair. We've only got 400 AP potions.
Oh
We can still
yeah,
max out
yeah.
our character whenever we want."
That was really funny. He's like, yeah, totally balanced. And then we have this. This is another one that like people have been asking about in my server. Oh, Mari, where do I get this Asagi skin? And it's just frustrating because I have to just flat out tell them you can't. We have never gotten it.
Yeah, it's not the fact of you can't. It's the fact we've never had it. Like even if you can't, it would you can't. It was at summer would have been a valuable thing. It's like for example what Final Fantasy do every year. They release the old skins in the cash shop cheap. Whereas we don't know. And I know people in your server saying, "Oh, calm down, we're going to get them." You don't know that because if Christmas is any metric to go by, we won't get them because they haven't repeated them.
And
It's
even
like
if they do,
Christmas.
sorry, even if they do repeat
No, that's
them.
fine.
So say we get the swimsuit skins, I don't know, next month. What's gonna happen if they do repeat the old ones is we're gonna get the skins for this year and last year. So that's just gonna bog down our global gem income because we're gonna have to try to get skins for 2 years worth of characters, whereas the JP players will only have to worry about the new skins because they would have had the opportunity to get theirs last year. So even if they do double up and give us the older stuff along with the new stuff, it's still a problem of it's gonna cost us double in every aspect because we just simply don't have the stuff. So we're
Yeah,
going to have
and
to
have
pay
not had
even
the
more.
opportunity to actually grind it out.
And it's going to
Yeah,
be really hard to do it for free, like for free to plays, because they're like it's going to be a situation where if you want every skin, you're most likely going to have to come out of pocket. You won't be able to stay free to play. Because I can guarantee, like, people are going to pull on Kirara, or people are going to put gems on Ingrid, and what have you. You know, they're not going to, people aren't going to hold their gems 100%.
yeah. It's also like just looking at like JP accounts. If you've looked at some JP accounts where they've been playing, and we're talking about the regular JP players and such, you look at them and on their screenshots and such, you notice, oh, they have 40 million gold. It's like they have like essentially unlimited resources at this point, and it's just kind of ridiculous how far away we are behind by going to bed one night.
Yeah, it was literally like I'll be honest with you guys, because a lot of people like tell me, "Oh, your account's good." Like people like compliment my account or whatnot. I think my account is hot garbage now, and it's like demoralizing because I've actually like whaled or dolphined or whatever you want to say I did, because I'm not the biggest whale, but I'm not the smallest either. And it's
Well,
just
even the biggest whales on global are minnows in comparison to what the JP players have. You can tell that just by looking at the top 100 now, the way it's predominantly being conservative again, 80% JP players.
here's another one.
Like, like it's not even funny. Like, I don't get me wrong, I'm more than happy to have the JP players on the server. I'm not saying, oh, go away, blah blah, anything like that.
Yeah,
No,
it's not like we're like, "Oh, you're
but
not welcome here," blah blah blah. It's like we don't have a say anyway, but no
yeah,
one's
they
like
should have made
complaining
it
like that
fair.
they're here. It's just it's really demoralizing, especially like if you're a day one player on global. Like this is why
Yeah,
most gotcha games separate servers because of this reason. But for some reason the devs felt fit to throw it all together and make one melting pot. And it just like it's not just us guys. Like I've spoken to people about this, other players. Like one guy actually said to me, well, it's great to be a permanent third world citizen because that's literally how he feels. Because he just feels like he'll never catch up. This bugs me too. Like I remember that one guy who kept saying that they don't get repeat supporters when the event repeats, and I've seen people with like two of these. I've seen people with two Yugis, the range waifu. They do get like when a supporter event repeats, you get doubles of that supporter. Like Mari has
well,
already proved it.
yeah,
We all have
Yeah,
yeah,
two Maris.
Mari.
So
And the same
that's
thing goes
another
with
thing.
the and the
That
same thing goes with the original 4 events they got. They got 2 of the original snake weapon events for Saggy, Sakura, and Yuki, and then they got three, the original 3 events for us. So it's like they already have 2 of those, and then when we get them, they're gonna technically have 3 at this point.
Yeah, and like this supporter that I'm mousing over, they have two of her. When this comes out for us, they're gonna have three. We're all like this. It's just basically like we're in a situation where it's a catch-22. We're never gonna catch up because everything we get, they're just gonna get doubles and triples of if they already have it, and anything new, they're just gonna get it. Just like if there's an adult Yuki gotcha, like we're gonna only have had one chance to go for adult Yuki, and we all know she's limited, and it's gonna be okay, pull for adult Yuki, or you're just not gonna get her, which is the case with limited supporters. Whereas the JP server, this will if she does get a gotcha here on global, they'll have now had 2 chances to pull the character, which is more than we would have gotten. The same thing goes for, is it even still up? Yeah, they're here. These bundles here. We can only get the skins right now and like the weapon. When this repeated in JP, they got to pull the supporters twice. Like they had the supporter event happen once, and then the supporter gotcha happened again for them. But if we come over to our gotcha, there is no gotcha for that. So again, in global, if you miss the supporter run for the White Almighty or Shadow Unchained, you still can't get it. Like it's not
Not to
available.
mention, not to mention the fact that in their 1 year anniversary, they had a bundle so you can buy for people that will like would want the supporters only. They had a bundle that you could buy. You literally can just buy the Asagi and the Sakura supporters with a copy of their UR weapons and their SR weapons with those limited ones. Like it only gives you one copy, but that at least gives you an opportunity to get their hands on them instead of going through the gotcha. But at the same time, I was expecting that to come to global when I heard that they were bringing the outfits back, but they didn't.
Yeah, they just literally gave us the skins only. And it's just kind of like, it's little things like that that just add up. Like, I don't know. I'm overall demoralized. Like I'm really like banking on Kirara being fun to play at the very least. It doesn't matter if she's good, because at this point, like I feel like everything I put into my account doesn't matter, and anything I put into my account in the future doesn't matter, because I've just literally been told overnight, yeah, your account kind of sucks, bro. You've been playing every day since the game came out, but it doesn't matter. You suck. And that's kind of the feeling I have, and I know it's negative to say, but that's how I feel, and I'm always honest with you guys. Um,
yeah. Like, there's just no like there is no nice way to put it. It's just the fact of global got hugely shafted, and then going back a few videos ago, about, oh, how do you think they're going to do the merge and all that stuff, they literally did it in the worst way possible.
One, they didn't even they
They
didn't
didn't.
announce it to us really at all until
Yeah,
like the very
yeah.
last minute.
They just did it, and they didn't even announce it to us. Period. We just got, all we know is that we got some merge 500 gems for the merge. That's all we know. And then, oh, by the way, all the JP players are here. Have fun. Bye. As I think Crap puts it the best way, we turned up to the starting line in go-karts. They turned up in Formula One cars. We can't compete. They themselves have split the community. There's no if and or buts about that. Like, even coming down to the fact of balance, for example, where our balance was a very so it was a very set thing where we knew who was good, we knew who was bad, so we knew where to drop resources. That's a totally different thing now. For example, Sakura is one of the best characters in global in JP service for speedrun. That's where if you go for the high score on time attacks, you'll see it's all Sakura. And we never had an opportunity to drop our resources there because back when we had Sakura, she was kind of shit. Now she's not, and there was no warning of that. There's no if and or buts. If you've already lost the resources, for example, her snake weapon seems to be one of her best weapons, apparently, according to that metric. If you look at the time attack things, like everyone's using her snake weapons. We didn't get any warning. There was nothing we could do. It's just that's how it is.
Yeah, I'm just like going over. I want to find that. Well, for one, like this is something we don't have, this skin. Another thing I want
The
to talk
wedding
about is
outfit.
player level. Just seeing a Japanese account's level like triggers me.
Yeah, like they're like over 100 and like
Yeah, they're like
like
120, and it's like that just means they have even more AP than we can even muster. Their farming is more efficient. Like it's just again, it's just that whole year of time we didn't get. They didn't properly inject us, and this is one of the things that triggers Arc the most. This outfit. This is like probably her
Yeah,
nicest outfit.
not even probably. That is by far her nicest outfit.
It makes it so
And
she doesn't look like she has Down syndrome, because Sakura always looks like she
the
has Down syndrome in this game.
the
This
worst
outfit
part
is
about it
so
is,
good. We didn't even get the
and I think
chance.
the biggest sin about us not even getting the chance, they used that skin, Asagi's Christmas skin, and Yukikazu's Christmas skin for the Christmas event promo for Global, and never released a single one of those skins that were on the promo.
Yeah, they were all in the back. All the older skins, like this one, were in the background. Like they were in the splash art for the Christmas
Yeah,
login, if you
they're
guys
in the
remember.
yeah this Christmas login, and they even used it to actually advertise the event to us
And then,
on their
yeah.
Facebook.
well, then what is
Yeah,
this?
'cause
What even is this weapon? What is this?
that's the ones that you get for
Yeah,
mileage.
that's the mileage weapons.
Those
That's
are the mileage
is
ones.
that
But
how
if you
is
have a look
that
at
the
like,
mileage weapon?
yeah,
Yep.
if you have a look at the
Are you
top one though,
sure?
if I'm rightly on, if you go to time attack, oh, hang on,
No, one
let's have
second,
a
because
look.
I don't think that I think that's a different. That's not her mileage weapon. This is Sakura's
Oh.
mileage weapon.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah,
That
we
shit
haven't even
had
had
like
that
a
one yet.
Oh,
butterfly.
Yeah,
I think I know what it is now. I think it's
What?
it's that the events that you get. It's basically like the purple.
what's
It's
the
like a
effect?
black and purple
Yeah,
event
you see, it
skin.
has like butterfly
Oh,
wings on it.
also the effect is amazing, by the way.
Increase speed by 20%, increase critical damage by 2% for 8 seconds whenever you attack the enemies. Stacks up to 50 times, lose all stacks
It's
upon being attacked.
it's a better version of Asagi's the skull weapon, Nawago, whatever it's called.
Oh,
Or the
Naraku,
phantom
yeah.
daggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naraku. Yeah, it's a better version of that.
The better
Also,
version of Phantom, right, too.
if you have a look at like the number 1 and 2, I don't even know what category this is in, but if you have a look at 1 and 2, they'll be using the snake oil weapons probably. There it is, snake oil weapon.
Yeah, I never redeemed these, but a lot of people didn't bother. Like, a lot of people didn't bother for Sakura's in Global because Sakura sucked for us. And we had
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I have them,
We had
but
no
that's only because
idea that, we'd get the Japanese scaling at some point. A lot of them are
yeah.
using them.
There was no
Jesus Christ, this guy's
warning.
a
There was
whale. Look
nothing.
at this. S level 5 mileage weapon. Oof.
But that's the problem is there was literally nothing. There was no um there was no telling, there was nothing about that, and it's like there's no warning about, hey guys, save up, or hey, we're doing a global whatever. So if you're literally not in the know, and even for the first part, you're not in the know because we were under the impression that they were going to come down to our scaling because that's everything already established on global. We thought, okay, cool, but no, it's literally a case of they just decided, nope, you're coming up to Japan scaling, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, the scaling change was good, but the problem is that now we need a new place to reallocate our assets and stuff. So like the snake oil weapons, it's like, hey, cool, we genuinely have just not had them. Essentially, in a way.
Yeah, another thing. God, just had a brain fart. Oof. Okay, another thing is like when they originally like announced this in JP, like we did a video about it, but I took it down because we later found out that giving leaks and information that isn't quote unquote announced to us is bad. So
Uh,
I took that video down, but in that video, if you read the original like posting that they gave to JP that the merger was happening, it said that some items may not transfer over.
mhm.
But from what I'm
Yeah.
seeing here, they seem to have every single item. Like they have a whole bunch of stuff we don't have.
Also, Mare,
So what did they not give them? What?
just to prove a point, I sent you a Discord message of the banner they use for the Christmas event, which shows literally these Asagi, Sakura, and Yukikaze Christmas skin that we never even had an opportunity to get, but yet they use that banner as the promo of the Christmas event for Global.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to like
Yeah,
because
so
I have to
yeah, it's all
swap
good. I'm
the
just saying
camera to
it's
that.
but
But
it's
like
just
I'll do it like at some point. But I
yeah.
want to do this
The
daily
problem is
right
it's
now.
just the problem is it's just yeah. I know you're doing the daily. It's fine. The problem is it's the main problem is just the lack of time, and it is a time sink loss that we've got that we can't make up a decrement of. Because now anything they do, they will give to JP at the same time, and there's literally nothing they can do to catch us up now.
And
So it's
that's
just
what
one of those
Crap
things
was
where like,
saying the other
yeah,
day. Like he said, yeah, it doesn't matter now
yeah,
because all the content is like shared. So when we get our first copy of the supporter, they'll get three, they'll get
yeah.
four. They're just gonna keep getting because they've already had events repeat. Not to mention that I believe JP kind of went on kind of a little bit of a maintenance mode for the last bit of their time on that server, which basically means they had time, like free time, true free time to just farm
Well,
gems.
would you like to know the worst kick in the teeth about it? When they announced the maintenance, well, not maintenance, the actual merge, they still gave Japan the supporter that we never got still. So like that one that gives machine damage, that was given to them during the time when the merge was announced.
Yeah, it
So it's
was.
literally a case of like they got like why not release that as the merge thing so you know that it's a fair strike at the it's a fair fucking hit of the stick with that supporter at least.
And that
But no,
supporter's been causing
they still
issues because
spiked
that
the
one,
ball one
Emily,
more
is
time
just
for Japan.
literally one-shotting my characters. It's just like, oh,
Yeah,
36% more damage. Here's an axe.
yeah, that's literally again. It's like it's spiking the ball for Japan because we, with very 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 moderate, even knowledge, the next event supporting is obviously going to be without any prior knowledge. We know it's going to essentially be the one that gives melee damage because it doesn't take a fucking genius to put the two and two together. We just got a range one. The next one's going to be the melee one, and then after that, it's probably going to be that machine one. But the problem is, as you said, they're going to get their second one for Asuka. And it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah, they'll be
You know
able
what
to
I
throw
mean?
it on Asuka. They'll be able to throw it on Emily, and we'll only be able to use one. And that's the kind of the situation we're in, where they have like play sets of things. It's really getting to the point that it's like a trading card game, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I have two Yugis. I can put one on Yuki and Emily, and then oh, now they're getting the third one with this event that we have right now, because this event has already happened twice in Japan. So that
yeah.
this is their
It's
third copy of
it's
her.
it's like I told someone in your chat the other day when they were saying to stop complaining about it. Essentially, they're like that. It's all well and good, but in a card game, you don't just put one copy of a card in your deck, do you? You don't run one Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So you
It's
run
that type of
six.
thing.
You run three blue eyes, three alternative blue. You run you
Yeah,
run all the blue
basically.
eyes.
Yeah.
But
The
no, I
point
get what
is
you're
though,
saying. You want to have
yeah,
like
it's
the
that fair
option.
thing. Especially when, realistically speaking, that supporter that gives the additional melee damage is essentially just a better version of what's the name, Homura, with no downside.
Yeah.
Even in a oh, just throw it in statement. She's just a better version of Homura with no downside.
Yeah,
And
because I think the big problem though is that if the devs were going to merge them, what they should have done, in my opinion, is that yeah, like give us the events that we're still missing from JP, but throw the new one that JP is going to get to us. So like that would have like throw instead like yeah, we'll have two events to do, but we'll have one old one and the one that currently JP has. That way we wouldn't have had this situation. But because they messed it up for the global players, we're like so far behind. It's like trying to climb a mountain. We are like not
Yeah.
even like at the peak at all.
Like, as I've said to you before, and I said to a lot of people, the only realistic way they could have let Global catch up fairly with JP before merging them, and even then it wouldn't have caught us up, would have been just to give every Global player a 5,000 gem injection, release every single skin that we hadn't had at the time to catch us up, and then also play all the events that we had missed as well.
Yeah,
Because even
because
then,
like
we'd still
even
be
with the
behind by a
rush, we
considerable
didn't
amount.
catch up at all. We're still
Well,
behind
no,
on events. And
even
even if we
yeah,
had
even
every
if they
event, they had those events twice in some cases.
Yeah, that's why I said even if they did what I just said then, Global would have still been behind. It's just we wouldn't have felt cheated like we do in a way. That's the problem. We kind of feel just cheated because there's nothing we could do. We didn't have any say in this. We didn't have any way to like prepare for this. It's literally just a case of, by the way, JP are here now. Face face the storm that is the JP players on Global and compare yourself to them because we have to compare ourselves to them because the very fact there's PvP in the game means that we actually have to compare each other. Like where you see like 89,000 CP Emily's and stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
We can't compete.
89,000. Like I was like that's another thing. Like that's what I mean when I say like I was happy with my account before. Like I'm not the biggest well, there were people ahead of me, but it was never about being like, "Oh, I'm Taimanin Mari, I need to be number 1 on the server and be like number 1 in arena." No, I was happy like just doing top rank and I was proud to log in and like, "Oh yeah, my Yuki has like 80k CP. I'm proud of her. Like this is something I've been working on for like 6 7 months and this is nice." And like seeing all the other stuff, like, oh, my facilities are done. But then the other day I saw an 89k Emily, and I was like, well, there's no possible way I can have that.
Yeah.
There's
And the
literally
worst part
no
about it
way.
is, even if you did somehow get the supporters, get the weapons and all that stuff they had, hey, guess what? They still have a skin advantage, which that's still CP.
Yeah, because the
They,
skins
they
give
still they still
that.
have the summer skins. They still have the Christmas skin. They still have all the other skins that they've got that we never had a chance to even grab.
And if you think about it, like, they don't even use Homura, because they have all those supporters that give 30% to something, where they can just omit Homura from their build. A lot of global players are still using their Homura.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like
We
yeah,
have
because
to.
we never just got out the opportunity to get those supporters. Like the only one we got the opportunity is basically the Yugi one, but the problem is JP already has another copy of her, so it's like whoop de fucking do.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, like, I've just been a little demoralized, and I've kind of been putting a lot of stock on, like, Kirara, like, because that's going to be, like, my breath of fresh air in this game. Because I haven't had a new character in months, because I've been holding out for someone I really want. Now that she's coming, it's like, I hope she's fun to play or something, because, like, logging into my account just for the sake of, like, yeah, this is something I'm working on doesn't even feel that good anymore. It just feels like, oh, yeah, you put this much money into the game, and you're behind, and you're going to stay behind, and just suck it. And I hate when people say, oh, it's just arena, it's just arena. That it doesn't just affect arena. It affects every aspect of the game.
Yeah, like tower because if I remember correctly what Ark said, the JP players want a harder tower because it was too easy for them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Day
there were
one,
people who
JP
beat
players were
towers
asking for
like
hard
within
mode
the first few hours from JP and asked for hard. Like what?
because I think the main contributor to that is how stupid fucking adult Yuki is.
Yeah, which also we don't have that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've never had a chance. But the point is, it it already made the game which was trivial to them even more trivial because there's literal videos of people, and you can
You
look them
see,
up
look at
online,
this. Look at this. Look
going
at me
online.
exploding. This is great. I don't even fucking care anymore. Oh, well, cool. I hate that about this game. If you like get KO'd, you can't cancel out. But whatever. That's my arena now. Every 6 matches, it's just hit the white flag.
Yep, that's why I said it's 5 wins, white flag, 5 wins, white flag, 5 wins, white flag. That's arena for global players now, period. Because we can't compete.
I gotta do this crap now. It's just, oh my god. And then the other thing is, like, it seems like something like Shisui that like most global players like don't even have or can't even imagine having. And I know I threw mine away, so this isn't me bitching about not having her because I 100% went for the Kirara like full well knowing what I was doing. But it seems like most Japanese players have a Shisui, like it's more commonplace on their server. Have you noticed that? Like a lot of them seem to have at least one. I don't know if it's just because
Yeah,
they've had
because
the
Whenever you
extra
face them
year
in,
or if because like they
yeah,
naturally whale more than people on our server.
whenever you face them in tower, yeah, it does feel that way.
Yeah, it seems like they always have a Shisui. Like, and that's another thing like we just can't compete with is a lot of global players, even like free to plays are like holding their mileage, like literally like picking up pennies off the ground. Like, oh, I finally have 3,000 mileage, knowing they need 12k more, just because they want the Shisui. And it's just kind of like, wow, like we don't even have this card. Like it's not even commonplace for us, and we're having to fight against players who have either whaled or had the time, which I think it's just more so they've had the time to naturally like come into one, you know. And that kind
and
of
the
bugs
worst
me a
thing,
little bit too.
and here's the thing, yeah, you get if that player finally gets Shisui, big deal. They'll probably have three by the time you're gonna have to deal with them.
That's the thing. That's another thing. Yeah, if we get Shisui, they'll like by the time we have one Shisui, they'll have two. Or their first Shisui will be S level 5, especially if Tower repeats, because then they'll just be able to upgrade her using that alone. Like you guys see here, I'm working on this Homura because this is what we have. This is what I have to use. Because to me, this 30% damage is still good because I don't have the ultra rare supporters to tell me otherwise. Like that machine waifu or like freaking Joey Willer that gives 30% to melee. Because I just call that supporter Joey at this point. Well, I think we've like rambled on enough. Is there any other points you guys want to make that you may have missed?
No, I think we went. I think we went over most of the actual stuff. But it's just, again, it's not to bitch at any JP players. It's just the fact of
Like
It's just the
this.
devs screwed
it's.
us over pretty much.
Yeah, it's
This is
not them
another
or anything
thing,
like that.
like because apparently JP players have 4, 5, 600 AP pots lying around. This is why the ranking here looks the way it does, because this is flat out an AP potion dump. You're literally dumping AP potions to rank in this like waifu war. Like me, I only used enough AP potions to get through the events, and I stopped. But these people are legit using their reserves to fight for rank. And again, a majority are JP players. And I know that if there are any global players here, they're paying to keep up. But JP players aren't paying. They literally have 400 or 500 potions lying around, apparently.
Yeah,
This is all I can
it's
say to that is apparently, because that's just like astronomical potions. That's like how my potion reserves are in Magic Kami. Because the game is
mhm,
generous with them. Or in DOA. Because again, DOA is very generous with potions. But this game isn't. So, just that extra year means they've had 400. That's insane. I've never had that many on me.
yeah. I think even if you add up all the three ones that they're throwing at us overall, it's not going to add up to 400.
Even when I brought pots for Emily, it doesn't add up for 400. Because I brought like 70 pots for Emily because I had none and I was like, screw it, let's just buy the pots. But yeah, I'm done with my dailies. We've rambled on a bit. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Like I said, it's not to like start an us versus them argument. It's just like it's very demoralizing. Like, oh, I have one more thing that I meant to talk about that I didn't. This here, this armory, this last slot, how you need to have 100 unique weapons. This is also something that JP players may commonly have, just because they've had over a year to get it. Like I'm still at 83 because I'm not the biggest whales. Like there are global whales who have this slot, but most global players who are just like mostly free to play or light spenders don't even have this. And of course, every JP player probably has it because they've just simply, like Ark said, had the time gate available to them to get it. It's a lot easier to get that when you have more time because there's
Yeah.
gems that they've gotten from just playing monthly that we haven't even had the chance to earn yet because our servers haven't been open that long.
Well, not to mention duplicate event weapons and just so forth like that, and the free gacha tickets they throw at us. As I said, they could legitimately give every global exclusive player 15,000 gems tomorrow, and global players would still be behind by a considerable number of gems. So that number, like 15,000 gems, is one of those numbers where it's like, what the fuck? That's so many gems.
It's like
But that's
probably
still
enough to
nowhere
finish
near
two
enough.
items. Like if you were to have two banners and you win at them with 15,000 gems,
Yeah.
like and you had none of these, like I could probably S level 5 a Furfur and an Emily as long as like my luck isn't astronomically bad.
This it's one of those things where I've always said about everyone's been like praising, singing their praises about these events, and as I've always told people, this events and all the nicest they've been doing at the moment. I don't want to sound like a bitch or sound like a horrible person by saying it, because it is great that they're doing this type of stuff, but they are literally just putting the blinkers on you to try to make you blind to the fact of how shafted you are in comparison to one of these players coming across to us. Not only that, this event isn't just for you, because the JP players are also getting everything as well. So this, let's call it 3,000 gems they've just thrown at us over the last couple of weeks. The JP players have that too.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And it does really feel that way. I know what you mean, where it's like there's like a train wreck and like people are just burning alive in the corner, and they're just like, no, but look at this, and then you look to the left and there's like rainbows and a pot of gold, and they're like, yeah, come take some of this, and we're like, yeah, that pot
Yeah.
of gold seems nice. Like same with these idol skins, like it's like, oh yeah, here are these nice skins, cool, you want these, right? Meanwhile, like in arena, like you're getting like Sephiroth, like he's just coming down from the
Yeah.
sky and stabbing you in the spine, throwing you to the
The j-
side. Because that's what it feels like. I just
oh,
feel like Aerith. I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to pray here. You know, I'm going to save the world. And Sephiroth's like, the hell you are. Stabs you in the
oh,
back, throws you off to the side. And then when you leave the arena, it's back to glitz and glam and rainbows again. But, like, it affects everything, is the point being. Like, because it's
yeah.
going to affect us, whereas if they do repeat first year items, it's going to always cost us more because we've never had them. So the JP players will naturally save more gems if items repeat. It's going to affect us in regards to character power, because if we never see those first year outfits or the year anniversary of Saggy outfit, that's just going to be a skin we can't obtain, which at the end of the day is still stats. Those are stats
Yeah.
we can't get. And like it's just demoralizing. Like there's always going to be some sort of gap. Like no matter what I have on Emily, because Emily's one of the characters I like actually got every skin for. My Emily's still worse than a JP Emily because they have that one skin over me. Even if my Emily was perfect, they'd still have a couple hundred stats over me. No matter what I do, because we don't have that other kimono skin, which is honestly better than this one. Like that theirs looks way better. And it's just
It
a
really
whole
does
lot of
look
other
amazing, that
things
skin.
like oh my god, I could go on for forever about this, but I'm gonna stop it here. Everyone seems to have said their piece. Um, you sure you're done? Because I know you like to rant, Ark. What?
What are you
I'm
trying
giving.
to say about me?
No, I just give you your just desserts. Like I know
I've
you might
never
have
ranted
something
before
you
in
may
my
have
life. I don't know what
forgotten.
you're talking about.
You may have had something you forgotten to say. If you're good, then we'll stop it here.
All I just hope is that we get a repeat of the skins, to at least try to have some semblance of fairness.
Well, it's like the
At
sad
least.
reality is, it's like no matter how you put it, at this point you're behind. Like
Yep.
there are things as a global player you just have to accept. Like if you and this is the other thing I hate. Is some people say arena doesn't matter. There are people out there who care about arena. So to those global players who like care about arena and you just
Yeah, it's like
can't compete anymore, like I
I
get
used
it.
to care. I used to care about Arena until JP players came along. I used to actually care about it. I used to always talk about balance from an Arena standpoint and stuff. But the sad, harsh reality of it is now, if you're a global player, do not even click at the Arena button, because there's no point. You're just going to be overpowered. You're Mario trying to beat Bowser in a straight up fight.
Yeah, without a
It's not gonna
mushroom.
work. It's not gonna work.
And that's literally what it's like. And it's like I used to care about arena and like invulnerability supporters kind of put me off to it because it made it obvious like you whale or you can't come here. But even then, it was still possible to get wins. But now like there are matches where my Emily gets one shot before she even ever pops Pika. Like I don't even get the chance to use my invulnerability. And then just seeing all the supporters here we're missing, like not the limited ones we've had. So
Yeah.
like I don't care about this. I opted to not get her. But things like this, like I'll never get this for Yuki, like unless we get adult Yuki. And then, like, who knows if this will ever repeat, or
And
any of the
then
limited supporters.
and then you've got the librarians, which is like probably arguably the best one there, and it's like, oh look
Yeah,
who
and
it
it
requires.
requires Shisui. Yeah, so, like, it's literally like, screw you, this is... I gotta scroll down because it's way down here. Yeah, this here. Like, yeah, the other supporters are easy to get, but not everyone has this. Not everyone has had the chance to even get this.
It's not even just a Shisui, it's an S-leveled Shisui.
Is that what that means? Does it have to be S-leveled?
Yeah, I think it has to be S-leveled, that blue, yeah. The heart is it has to be affection. The gold symbol is obviously that it has to be leveled up, and I think the blue is that it has to actually be S-leveled.
Well, point being, like, this is probably the best one just because it's, like, flat out 12% up and an 8% damage reduction. And, like, the critical stuff is good, but there's, like, stuff that actually counters critical. Another bad one is, like, another offender that, like, bugs me is this one. This increase of 25% to melee, but to get it, you need Furfur and Sue. Like, what? No one, like, next to no one has Sue. And Furfur, people are probably avoiding her banner right now to get their hands on whatever's coming later with Kirara and Ingrid. And then that's just besides the point of, like, supporters we just simply have never had. Like, if we just ignore Shisui, because, you know, people will be like, oh, well, you can get her. What about these two? This is a really good set effect. This is
Yeah.
just literally a battery for your ultimate bar. And I don't
Yep.
even know who these people are. I know what this
Yep.
one does. That's 36% damage to machines. She's basically like the machine version of that dark elf waifu we got. But this, I don't even know who she is.
No clue.
No clue either.
So, like, there's just little things like that that, like, when you see it, like, it's just demoralizing because you know that JP players have access to it. And it's like Ark says, like, it's just the fact of... It's not really so much the fact that I'm behind, it's the fact that I've never had the chance to truly catch up. Because I've never had access to everything that they've had before they got here.
Yeah. It wouldn't be so bad if we could say, oh, they were available in January during the dates of the 17th to the 20th. We can't even say that. We just have to sit there and tell people when they ask, oh, where do you get this? You've never had a chance.
And that's the sad truth of it all. Like, where do I get this swimsuit skin? Sorry, never got it. Where do I get this Saggy skin with the sweet ninja mask? It actually looks like a proper ninja outfit. Oh, never got it. That was JP only. Well, do you think we'll get it for our anniversary? I don't know, because now JP's on our server, so at this point, they could be a completely different anniversary to appease everyone, and we may not see it. Or they could bring it back and make it cost gems, in which case, then again, it's affecting your gym income as a global player.
Well, even then, it's even more unfair because not only
Yeah.
have you had to wait a year for it, but JP players literally got it for free along with a character voucher for any character that costs 1,000 gems or less.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
even get me started on the character voucher. That's part of the reason, like, I didn't get Morisaki sooner, because I'm just gonna, like, bite the bullet and buy her. But I didn't get her because when I saw that on Taimanin TV, that YouTube channel, I was like, oh, cool, we may get that. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick Morisaki. Like, there wasn't a doubt in my mind I like her more than all of these waifus. That's like, I would definitely go for her. And then it's like, nope, you didn't even get the ticket. They did, you didn't. And I wonder if we'll actually get one. And even if we do, it's going to be the same situation, Ark, where they'll have gotten two
again,
characters free, and we'll only have gotten one.
Again, yeah. It's like, for example, I believe Sue sold so badly in Japan, they literally gave her away for free.
I heard about that too. Like, I don't know how true that is because I saw someone complaining about it on the old Discord that's like completely shut down now. But I've heard people complaining that apparently like Sue was given out for free for a period in JP, and he missed it and he was mad about it. I'm sure some JP player will like comment and rebuttal
Like,
whether it's true or not.
From what I
but
hear, it was like a login event for a week.
yeah, I heard it was
where
like
the
a
week
login
login
too.
event was a Sue ticket.
I did hear about that, yeah, but I never saw a screenshot. I just heard someone complain he didn't get her, and I don't know. Because, you know, like, I don't want to say it was true, and then someone comes in like, well, actually... And they do a weird
Well,
snort.
if any JP player who's played since day one does know that I'm properly played since day one, please elaborate. Because it would be nice to actually finally have some confirmation or denial on that, possibly. But yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be the video. But I'll end it with this. We did get 3 AP potions today. And if you guys want a proper counter argument, at least Master of Oz has 4,200 attack points. I couldn't do
Using that is
I couldn't do it with a straight face. At least, well, I get what you're saying, but Master of Oz has 4,200 attack.
Just because I've been doing that to you all week.
He's been doing it to me for more than a week. He's been using it as a rebuttal. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Thanks for coming on and ranting with me, guys. I appreciate it. And Yuki, I'm sorry you suck. I tried my best, but I just didn't wail hard enough. And we're third world citizens, so we can live in a box together. And then when Kirara comes here, you're going to have to find a new place to live. But either way, thanks for tuning in if you sat through the whole video. Please like and subscribe if you found it informative or entertaining or anything. And the best thing I can say is, as global players, like, just try not to get your head down, and just if you like the game, keep playing it. It's not to say like let's all have a massive quit, even though I have seen people quitting behind this update, but it's up to you what you want to do. But I think you should stick with it if you like the game. Like, it's still fun to play. It's just a bit demoralizing is all. So, as you can see, Kirara still has her gems, and I can't take them. They're hers. And always remember to consent. Have good luck in your gotchas and in your arenas. And good luck in the tower. And I hope you guys get through it and get your rewards. And yeah, you guys take care. And I'll catch you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.